Hey guys, today in this video I'll be showing you guys some crucial tips and tricks that I have learned throughout my time playing Rust, which I think is about 2 to 3 years. These are mostly for new players and will be pretty basic, and hopefully these will help some of you guys. My first tip is building a base. Building a base can be very complicated, especially if you don't know how to build a good one. Make sure that you have the following: a tool cupboard to claim the land for your base, a building plan to build your walls and foundation, a hammer to upgrade your base, and a door with a lock or code lock to make an entrance to your base that only you or your teammates can access, and enough materials you need in order to fully build your base, or else you will be left with half of your base being exposed, which is not safe by any means. It is also a good idea to start with a small base like a 2x2 or even a 2x1 and expand it depending on the amount of players in your group. If you try searching up base tutorials online, it could go very bad for you, especially for the more popular ones, because other players will be able to recognize that and know exactly where your loot is when they try to raid it. Your bases should also have an airlock, which is practically adding a triangle foundation to your front door with another door on the triangle foundation opening inside, making it so that players cannot enter your base if you left your door open or you died with your door open. Adding honeycomb to your base is also not a bad idea. This makes it so that it is more difficult for raiders to access your base by explosives by adding an extra protective layer to your base. My second tip is choosing the right server to play on. The server you choose to play on can heavily impact your experience on Rust. Most servers are vanilla, and that means that there are no mods on it and it's just pure Rust experience. But if you choose to play on a modded server, it can bring lots of different benefits, such as a double gather rate, no blueprint wipes, and a player limit on a team. If you are starting out, I highly recommend playing on a server with the attributes I listed above, like one averaging 50 to 100 players, and any other benefits that could help you, just so you can learn the game a lot easier and have a much better experience. My third tip are keyboard shortcuts in Rust. If you want to loot someone's loot fast from their inventory, you can hold H while you're hovering your cursor over their loot, and it will transfer automatically to your inventory. You can do the same for clothes by holding Alt when you right click off of clothes on their body. If you also want to turn around, if you feel someone's looking at you, you can hold Alt and move with your mouse left and right. Alright, my fourth tip is keycard monuments and learning how to unlock them. There are 3 types of keycards: the green, blue, and red keycard. Green one is the easiest one to get. You can find them in tables on certain monuments. You can get the blue keycard by solving green card puzzles. You can get the red keycard by solving blue keycard puzzles. And you can use those red keycards in order to unlock tons of loot, like on oil rig or underwater labs. My fifth tip is learning how to fly a helicopter. It may seem difficult at first, but it is one of the best decisions you can make in order to benefit your Rust experience. You can buy them in outposts or bandit camps for 750 scrap, or in some servers they can even spawn on the road. You can use them to get to any place quickly and safely in the sky, but be careful because some bases and the launch site monument have SAM sites which will shoot missiles at any flying objects, including your minicopter. I recommend joining any minicopter or helicopter training server, and you will learn how to fly perfectly within some time. My sixth tip is how to get guns. Everyone wants to get a gun in Rust. Everyone loves having PvP, and luckily there are many ways to obtain one. You can find them in military crates, airdrops, NPCs, other players, and you can craft them. Some guns you can get from the tier 1 workbench are the revolver, the water pipe shotgun, and the double barrel shotgun. These aren't the best guns, but if used correctly, it can help you get some better loot off of other players. Researching a gun might also not be the worst idea. Even though it might cost a lot of scrap, it can help you craft them in future wipes and repair them in case you break one. For my 7th tip, I have where you choose to build your base. The location where you build is one of the most important decisions while playing in a Rust wipe. It is important to know the monuments and the players around you when you build your base in order to change your playstyle. Whenever I build somewhere, I like to make sure that I'm near a recycler, a couple of players, or else you might not see enough PvP, or 1 or 2 monuments depending on how much loot you can get from one. If you choose to build in the middle of nowhere thinking that you'll be safe from enemies, you might be limiting yourself by making simple things like going to recycle some of your loot or want to go fight people a lot harder than it needs to be. For my 8th tip, it is to not trust anyone. You should never fully trust anyone you meet in Rust. Players will do anything in order to get some loot by any means. It is very easy to fall for this, especially if you are a new and inexperienced player. Now there are nice people in Rust, but they are kind of rare to find. If you have a neighbor that seems to be friendly, consider being on good terms with them, since the extra help is not bad at all. Overall, it is better to stay away from players you don't really recognize, but if you meet someone who you are unsure of, make sure they haven't killed you by checking your contacts list and looking through your enemies and see if you recognize them or not. My final tip, it is to improve your aim. If you want to get better at fighting other players, I highly recommend you visit PvP servers like UKN to practice your aim and to know which guns you're good at. It's also good to experiment with different DPIs or in-game sensitivities to figure out which sensitivity play best at. These are most of the tips and tricks that I have learned from playing Rust for a while, almost 2 or 3 years I'm pretty sure. And hopefully this will help out any new players trying to survive this game just like how they helped me survive. If this video helped you out, please consider dropping a like and subscribing, as it would help my channel out a lot. Thanks a lot for watching.